It should be noted that the masterminds outside the country are all located in Côte d'Ivoire, including the aforementioned Bahare Abdrahman. The intelligence services followed the maneuver, which, according to the plan of the terrorist conspirators, was to culminate on Wednesday, April 16th, 2025, in an assault on the presidency of Faso by a group of soldiers recruited by the enemies of the nation. The plot is actively continuing from their operation center in Abidjan with the objective of sowing chaos in Burkina Faso before the month of June. According to this shocking press release from Burkina Faso's minister in charge of security, the following revelations from Burkina Faso's intelligence services have just exposed a chilling betrayal, a coordinated plot involving military deserters, foreign actors, and terrorist leaders, all aimed at collapsing the country from within and placing it back under the grip of foreign control. This wasn't just an attempted coup. It was a full-blown scheme to dismantle a rising sovereign nation, and yet it failed. Pay attention and listen all through for more details. You will be shocked. Press release. Several weeks ago, intelligence services intercepted multiple communications between an individual and terrorist leaders concerning details of the positions of the defense and internal security forces, the volunteers for the defense of the homeland, as well as military operations. After in-depth technical analysis, the individual was identified as Bahare Abdrahman, a known officer in the Burkina Faso Armed Forces. He was identified as belonging to the Military Justice Battalion. Information gathering within his unit of assignment enabled intelligence agents to discover that the officer had been in a situation of unauthorized absence for several weeks and was the subject of desertion proceedings. The surveillance of the communications of the deserter Lieutenant Barry Abdra revealed additional links of interest to the intelligence services, notably with an officer of the armed forces named Compaoré Joani, a former non-commissioned officer of the Burkina Faso Army named Zerbo Lauko, an officer on duty at the Integrated Operations Center of Burkina Faso, Commander Ouedraogo Frederick, an armed forces officer on training in a European country, but a long-time deserter who had joined Abidjan under the name Caboret Constantin. The meticulous work of the intelligence services uncovered a large-scale plot being prepared against our country, whose ultimate goal was to sow total chaos with a view to placing the country under the tutelage of an international organization capable of regaining control in 10 or 20 years, according to the instigators. Sensitive information was passed to terrorists with the aim of increasing attacks against the fighting forces and civilians in order to incite revolt against the authorities. Furthermore, other strategies were developed to disorient the intelligence services in order to lead them to carry out mass arrests within the defense and internal security forces, and thus hope to create frustrations and a sense of fear. Manipulation was also carried out through messages disseminated to unjustly target certain individuals, and other messages sent to corps commanders to frighten them by indicating that they would be arrested as being on a so-called blacklist. Religious and customary leaders were solicited to convince certain officers to engage in this deadly mission. This was unfortunately the case for Captain Ouedraogo René David, currently at large. In the same vein, VDP, Volunteers for the Defense of the Homeland, were contacted to demoralize their comrades, and money was sent to them for this vile task. All these perfidious stratagems were developed for the sole purpose of destructuring the army and sowing chaos. The intelligence services followed the maneuver, which, according to the plan of the terrorist conspirators, was to culminate on Wednesday, April 16th, 2025, in an assault on the presidency of Faso by a group of soldiers recruited by the enemies of the nation. This assault was to be carried out at the same time as several large-scale terrorist attacks to occupy the airfields, failing to be able to destroy the aircraft on the ground. A few days before the implementation of this diabolical plan, VDP and patriotic soldiers presented themselves to several services, notably intelligence and the presidency of Faso, to denounce the coup being prepared. These denunciations continued until Tuesday, April 15, 2025, and led to the arrest of the masterminds of the maneuver in Ouagadougou and others fleeing towards Côte d'Ivoire. It should be noted that the masterminds outside the country are all located in Côte d'Ivoire, including the aforementioned Bahare Abdrahman. The plot is actively continuing from their operations center in Abidjan with the objective of sowing chaos in Burkina Faso before the month of June. The intelligence services are continuing their surveillance actions and will keep national opinion informed of any developments in the situation. Several other implicated individuals are being monitored and will bear the consequences of their actions when the time comes. We invite the populations to remain calm and vigilant and to report any suspicious activity. As for the valiant fighting forces, we encourage them to continue their mission with determination while remaining vigilant. Homeland or death, we shall overcome.
Well, fellas, on the 1st of April 2025, Ibrahim Traore had the meeting, and he was very clear. This is what he had to say.
Pas plus qu'il y a quelques jours, des traîtres ont été arrêtés. Et qui j'appelle traîtres, c'est ceux-là qui sont parmi nous, qui continuent de travailler, d'être des agents pour des ambassades de pays impérialistes implantés au Burkina Faso. Certains ont été arrêtés et nous poursuivrons pour démasquer d'autres. Ils sont là dans notre administration, ils sont là dans les organisations de société civile, ils sont là dans les organisations politiques. Et ils manipulent les autres pour les amener sur des chemins, en tout cas, contraires au progrès de notre patrie.
We stopped traitors. We stopped people guilty of treason because they're selling the honor and the future of our country to the foreigners. Why? Because they want to enrich themselves. Again, they understand. The easiest way to get the black man is through money. Again, the easiest way to get the black man to turn against his brother, you just have to use money and pride and dignity and reach. That's exactly what's happening. What he's saying here is, we know they're here among us. We know they're among politicians. We know they're here within us. They've chosen a way of slavery, but we know they're here.
J'inviterai les gens donc à la vigilance. Parce qu'aujourd'hui, plus que jamais, les apatrides, les ennemis de la nation sont très actifs. Et vous pourrez le constater. Du côté de la lagune, ils sont réunis depuis plusieurs jours.
He said on the side of the lagoon, they are united since a few days to discuss. We're going to find out what the lagoon means. Okay, let's continue.
Leur objectif, c'est de faire vivre au Burkina Faso les événements de 87.
Okay, so their goal is to make Burkina Faso live what Burkina Faso went through in 1987. What does he mean by then? In 1987, there was this man, Thomas Sankara, great man, amazing human being, 33 years old, working very hard for the people. He pushed women into being part of parliament. He was the first African president, in fact, the first president in the world to reduce his own salary. He said, I don't want that. Pay me as a soldier. Traore has copied him. This is the man that wanted the country to be free of materialism, of colonialism. He wanted the country to produce food in the country, to produce clothes within the country, and not having to bring in Leave Astral from America and all this branding. By promoting local things, he will get people not only jobs, he will get them opportunities to learn, and economy will flourish. They took him out in 1987 by bringing in an African against another African. Which African is very best friend? This man, Blaise Compaoré. This man right here, Ibrahim Traore, say they think this is 1987. They are trying to see how was relieve 1987. But this time around, we are prepared. Let's continue.
Oublions donc que les époques ont changé et nous sommes sur le pied de guerre. Nous les attendons de pied ferme. Leurs mercenaires et leurs actions. Et je tiens à le dire, nous serons impitoyables. Ils peuvent continuer à rêver, mais le Burkina va poursuivre. Et c'est pourquoi, depuis Zignaré la dernière fois, j'invitais tout un chacun à être très vigilant, à ne pas céder à la manipulation. Comme vous pouvez le constater, leur action se résume à la désinformation, la manipulation, la subversion. Il faut que tout un chacun puisse donc rester serein avec l'objectif en face pour ne pas se laisser détourner. Parce que nous serons aussi sans état d'âme pour ceux-là qui vont se laisser manipuler. Seuls ceux qui sont cupides, ceux qui veulent tout pour eux-mêmes, peuvent se faire manipuler par ces apatrides-là.
Okay, so we're going to be ready for them. Also, we want you to understand that they're trying everything to discredit us. They're trying everything through misinformation, through disinformation. They're trying to twist information in order to make us look like we are the bad people. I mean, just a couple of days ago, the general from the USA, Langley, said some negative things about Burkina Faso, saying by bringing in Russia and China, they're actually not good for the people of Burkina Faso.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
As if he as Langley know what's best for Burkina Faso people better than Burkina Faso people themselves. So he said they're going to try everything to destroy our reputation so they can find genuine reasons to destroy us. We also know that some of us are involved. But if you are involved, you surely are involved only because you are cute, because you want money, because you love things, because you want yourself more than anybody else. But we're going to be very firm and very hard with anybody that's involved in that. Continue.
Restons concentrés. Et s'il faut qu'on le dise, haut et fort ici, nous ne sommes pas dans une démocratie, nous sommes bien en révolution, progressiste, populaire. Il faut que tout le monde comprenne ça.
Okay, so if we need to say it loud and clear, we are not in a democracy. It's not a democracy. It's a revolution progressist. Loud and clear. It's not a democracy yet. You will get into democracy. You are wanting democracy right now. It's too premature. We still need to fix the wounds that we have. We still need to patch the hole that has been created by 100 years of colonialism. We still need to fix the brokenness that we have within each other as brothers that was inflicted in us in order to control us. We will get into democracy, but you need to give us time to build into this very slowly. And there's no country, okay? No country built itself in democracy. He mentioned here, we know they're getting prepared at the lagoon. Where is the lagoon? Okay, everybody knows the lagoon is Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire is this country right here. And it is believed by many people that the president of Côte d'Ivoire is very involved with what's happening in Burkina Faso right now. Many experts believe, let's listen to Franklin Yamsi.
Alassane Dramane Ouattara a juré et a promis dans tous les cénacles de la France-Afrique, depuis Paris, jusqu'aux plus petites chaumières africaines, qu'il le dégommerait de manière exemplaire. Je recommence. Il faut que le président Ibrahim Traore ne dorme pas un seul instant sur l'évidence suivante. Dès que lui, à la tête du MPSR2, a rectifié la révolution burkinabé en écartant le renégat farfelu, l'individu hésitant, balbutiant, l'individu capharnaomique de Paul-Henri Sandaogo Damiba, Alassane Dramane Ouattara, assis en Côte d'Ivoire, a juré ses grands dieux que Wallahi Bilahi Talahi, lui, il ne dormira pas tant qu'il n'a pas fait la peau à ce petit capitaine de Ouagadougou qui s'est permis de déjouer tous ses plans.
Okay, you heard what he had to say. He says the Ivorian president swore that he's going to do everything within his power to make sure that he makes him pay. Okay, and this is a very good friend with the French. Now remember, why did Burkina Faso fall out with everybody? Because Burkina Faso kicked out the French. He asked French soldiers to leave the country because they have been there for too many years. They control the economy and everything else. Now, Côte d'Ivoire is a very good friend with the French. And this is believed to be the reason why, or one of the main reasons why, you see so many mayhem happening, so many coup attempts. So he says, we know they are preparing themselves by the lagoon. Côte d'Ivoire is perceived as the lagoon. We know many people are coming. It's not just them. There's French, there's French Secret Service, there's many other countries that are coming together, and they're using people from Burkina Faso to take out this man. Now, in Burkina Faso, among the officers arrested was Magister Commander Frédéric Ouedraogo, former commander of the Military Justice Battalion. He was investigating a shooting death in October 2023. President Ibrahim Traore wasted no time in replacing these figures, although the exact number is unknown. Other soldiers have reportedly been arrested. So this is what it is, fellas. We're going to get into the depth of this as time comes. We need to get a little bit more data, and I am preparing a bomb for you. So what's happening right now is very interesting. When you do good things, people don't like you. I mean, there are many videos of people saying, what has he done? You know, he's just built a tomato plant and he thinks he's God. He must get out. We need a democracy. We need voting. We need elections. Who is the enemy of the African? I mean, what has he done wrong? He's trying his best. This is a president that says, I don't want my salary as a president. I want you to pay me as a captain. Let's try to build this country. Let's try to give power back to the people. And who are the enemies? Your own brothers. Do you understand now why I said you don't call me your brother? I'm not your brother. Your brotherhood with me, we need to build it up. Okay? Just because I'm black like you doesn't make you my brother. If you brother with me, you join the private group. My brothers are there. Okay, you click on the button, it says join. Those are the private. Those are showing me brotherhood. That's how you show brotherhood, through actions. It's not through mouth. You know, black people think you just, oh, my brother. No, I'm not your brother. Because the very same brother are the brothers that are trying to unalive other brothers. The very same brothers, when it comes to real issue, when shit hit the fans, will try to unalive you. This is the crazy stuff we're seeing. Ibrahim Traore has been criticized even in Kenya. You know, politicians in Kenya are criticizing this man. I'm going to bring you the video very next, where he's being criticized, he's being bombarded, and people are pointing fingers at him. Why? Because he's trying to do things different from normal Africans, from the majority of Africans. He's not there to try to steal or enrich himself. He's not there trying to get second, third, fourth, sixth wife. He's not there trying to act like a movie cinema, because that's what most politicians in Africa do. As soon as he becomes a politician, he buys a big SUV, you know, a big Range Rover, and that's it. He starts acting like he's doing you a favor, like he's a movie cinema actor or something. And this is not what this person is doing. He's on the field. He's working. He's in the front, encouraging the military. Let me know how you feel about this. It was a great pleasure. God bless.